Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Before and After the Fact podcast. With your host, Julie, as always, Queen Krazy K. If you haven't already, be sure to follow, like, and subscribe on both Instagram and both YouTube. If not, you're missing out on tons of good things, a lot of information. We got a lot of things going on between Raw, SmackDown, NXT, A&W, all the way to now. Here we are, Monday Night Raw tonight. In only a few weeks, no, couple weeks now, not even a few, couple weeks and a few days from WrestleMania 40, the biggest, greatest WrestleMania ever in WWE history, according to our CEO, the game, Triple H. And if you have already watched, like, follow, and subscribe, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Give yourself a round of applause. Give yourself a pat on the back. I really appreciate that. And the acknowledgement you guys have been giving to me and enjoying what I do. As you can see, I got Lucky Charms on today. I got my fifth tie on. Got a Gary hat on. As you see, this past weekend, as you guys know, I got Irish. You see these freckles on my face that obviously I got a lot of cousins, including myself, that's Irish. So we are celebrating the weekend of St. Patrick's Day today, even though it's Monday and past and done. Never too late to still celebrate. And as we're celebrating St. Patrick's Day over this last weekend, as well, we're celebrating the 101 episode of Before and After Thought podcast right here, right now. So yeah, give us some round of applause. Those of you who've been with me since day one, subscribing and watching, and those of you who will subscribe and continue to watch and uprise us together as well. You missed out on a lot of things. If you haven't, it's good stuff. It's really good crowd and everything. So this is over the last few weeks in this podcast that I'm going to be covering, just so we're on the same page. Now that I will be addressing that. So now this would be after in Australia, after Elimination Chamber. So we got Tiffany Stratton, who, she's new to SmackDown, but been a real breakout WWE superstar that's been doing it all since she's came to the WWE brand. I mean, she's a former NXT Women's Champion. She showed up and showed out in the Elimination Chamber match. She called Mission out, slapped her across the face, took that singles action made. Then she slapped Bianca Belair, took that beating, but did the most athletic things that you will ever see in that Elimination Chamber. She won a couple of singles action over Naomi this past, it was like 2 weeks ago. And she's just won her past singles action as well on SmackDown with her beautiful moonsault. It's Tiffy time, and everybody wants to see Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany time. With this breakout character and the superstar that she's been doing. She was on the bump this past week, and that's why I was bringing it up. She was on the bump that past few weeks, and she is that breakout star on SmackDown. I see this year her getting a championship opportunity for sure, and it will be soon with the accolades that you've seen from her. And you thought NXT she was good, she's even better on SmackDown. And since SmackDown is the land of opportunities and a great athlete, supreme superstar that she's been, she is definitely going to, after WrestleMania here in April, we got Money in the Bank, so maybe Tiffany Stratton will be the one to miss Money in the Bank and get a championship opportunity for the SmackDown Women's Championship, maybe, or other plans for her. I'm just thinking outside the box at how she could earn her way to that proportion that she could be Miss Money in the Bank, showing how uprising she's been. Got all year to cash it in whenever she wants, however she wants, and could be the SmackDown next Women's Champion. So after WrestleMania, we got Miss Money in the Bank. So I'm already putting my money on Miss Money in the Bank, Tiffany Stratton, before I even know who's in the Money in the Bank. I'm just saying that could happen. That's a possibility that for sure sounded like a good idea and made perfect sense. Then we also had on the bump from Monday Night Raw, Sami Zayn as I stated that he would, and he did. He's returned to Monday Night Raw. He's helped Cody Rhodes out against that sticky situation with Drew McIntyre after he won the victory over Shinsuke Nakamura. He's had that friendship with Jey Uso even before the bloodline. Like he's always, like Jey Uso, and now Jey Uso and him got each other's back on Monday Night Raw together. Now you got him winning the match that I said he would win, that Gutcho match, to face Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, as he is a former Intercontinental Champion, and he plays mind games, so he knows how Gunther's going to play out. He knows he needs to use a mind game strategy against the strength of Gunther. He knows he needs to use that. I've been former Intercontinental Champion. I know how to win. I know how to do it against Gunther, who probably is overlooking him, thinking he's just another guy to break through, just like the other WWE superstars before him that's already tried but failed. And that was even without the whole Imperio getting involved and everything, without Vinci and Muncher getting involved. Just Gunther himself is just a powerful, strong, dominated, undefeated Intercontinental Champion. But Sami Zayn knows how to play his cards right. He knows how to use his ability to think why Gunther's using his power. He knows how to use his strategy to get Gunther off of his feet, which Gunther's going to be coming out hard or laughing at him, probably overlooking him. So they got a contract signing tonight. As you guys already saw, that I put my Raw predictions out on YouTube. You guys can watch the full video. Watch, and follow, subscribe on Instagram. You guys can check that out on YouTube. I did my full Raw predictions that you guys can hear everything in there and check it out. I just did it a few minutes ago before I did this episode and podcast, but that's something to watch and enjoy along with this 3 podcasts. With that being said, I was definitely going for Sami Zayn to win. I said that with him being back, that he was the guy, he was the one to win, and the reason why is because I think he was the more deserving guy in the opportunity, because Chad Gamerson has already had his chances. He's had not even just once, he's had a couple chances already, and Gunther beat him for the Intercontinental Championship belt. So with him doing that, and then, Ricochet, I think he's a ninja warrior. He's a supreme athlete. He is a ninja warrior. I like watching guys like him. Reminds me of Rey Mysterio, Lucha Underground type of thing. That I love watching that, and I love enjoy that. But I haven't seen him on Raw since that one time. It's 1 or 2 months I haven't seen him, and then out the blue gets a championship opportunity. Whereas Sami Zayn, he's already returned. He's already did a couple matches. He was the right guy that I thought should go, and he did, and they made that right decision for him to go for the Intercontinental Championship. He won the Gudjo match to get that opportunity. I thought that was the right move to do, and that's why. So, Bryson Reed's a big guy. He's strong, he's sprint, seeing guys like him just demolish the other superstars that would normally come in some form of alliance to try to take the giant out. But in a Gudjo match, it's a one-on-one situation. You're kind of stuck with that brick wall knocking you down. You just got to figure out how to break through it. And that's what Sami Zayn did. Won the victory match in the Gudjo match. Now he's going for the Intercontinental Championship belt at WrestleMania 40. Tonight he's got a contract signing with him. And to him and Gunther, Gunther's what I wanted to see, either Gunther's just gonna laugh in his face as he sees him as, oh well, I'm on a barrier to knock over like the others. And that's gonna bring out the fire in Sami Zayn, that you gotta respect the name of Sami Zayn. That he's been Intercontinental Champion. Just like you. He's done great things in WWE. Just like you think you have. So he's not somebody just to overshadow, overlook. That's where that manipulated mind games come from, that Sami can use to his advantage, his strategy. Or you're just going to come out hard, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to use all the muscle and power I got. And that's what Sami can use, his quickness, can use his agility, and that ring, flying left and right, boot Gunther right in his face for the Intercontinental Championship. And everybody's going to be on their feet wanting that to happen, wanting Sami Zayn to win. I got my wish that he won and got in the match in the first place. And that was the right call. That was the right idea. And I'm glad that happened. So, with the two superstars between SmackDown and Raw with Tiffany and Sami Zayn, I wanted to address that because they were on the bump the last few weeks. And it's kind of hard not to watch Raw and SmackDown and not mention the situation, big things that are going on and happening with those two breakout superstars. I mean, with Tiffany being a breakout superstar on SmackDown, and now Sami Zayn, as we know him for years in the WWE, including NXT, that was the right guy at this time for the Intercontinental Championship. With that being said, speaking of Monday Night Raw, dominating champions, talking about Gunther, we have another dominant world champion. They're dominant, they're destructive, they're strong, powerful, probably the most fearless, or fierce to the other competitors. They're fearless of them. She's one of a kind. She's the Eradicated. She's Rhea Bloody Ripley, a world women's champion who's been to nothing but dominate, beating off Nia Jax for the world championship belt at Elimination Chamber. Now going to WrestleMania. Now she's got to sit back and chillax for a little bit. She's gotten to relax and take a seat for once the pressure be on someone else besides herself. Because at first, before Elimination Chamber, all the pressure was on her going left and right. Everybody wanted to take a shot. You had Becky Lynch, you had Nia Jax, you had Liv Morgan. You got all these women all within just a short time that Rhea had to, like, okay, looks like I got to show how dominant really I am. Looks like I got to show the big guns out. Looks like I got to bring out that demon that you don't want to see of Rhea Ripley out. Because when you're across that ring from her, she is dominant. She is destructive. And she will make you realize, hey, I got to respect her. And also, you're going to remember you were fighting Rhea Ripley when you're in that match with her. Whether you won, whether you lost, whether you thought you got the best of her or brought the best out of her, you're going to know you were versed in Rhea Ripley. And that's her strategy. She's going to make you know it. She's going to make you understand and make you see her. Whether it's a dominant smile or whether it's, hey, you showed your luck, you showed what you can do, but not exactly better than Rhea Bloody Ripley. That's why she's standing, you're laying it, she's remaining world champion, and you ain't champion. I like to talk a lot about Rhea Ripley because, as you guys know, I'm a Rhea Ripley fan. I talk about her a lot in my podcast. I mention it a lot, like my predictions, and get excited when I see her come out for her entry. She just has that look, that characteristic. She has it all. That's like, oh, there's something about her that I don't know what it is, but I like her. Then once you figure it out, it's kind of hard not to like her. I like the look. I like the darkness. Yeah. I like the look because I like tattoos. I like the look, like the darkness that matches her demon song. I like that demon song. I got to add it to my playlist. I got it on my playlist, actually added on there. And then also on top of it, she just has that gimmick and that personality that comes along with it, that when she speaks on that microphone, she backs up what she says. And that she doesn't have to say much to understand who she is and what she's about. Whether it's talking to you or showing with action, she is one of a kind. So I, for one, I'm a Rhea Ripley fan. I talk about her a lot. I talk about her all the time. I talk about how she's dominant and how she's got that in her. And that I am a part of that. That I am a part of that team and that side of her. That even before everyone started saying, Mommy, Mommy, like I started cheering her. I think everyone copied me. I started cheering her first. And then everybody else is like, oh, well, you know what? We see something in her too. So I think they just copied me, saying like, well, but, whatever. Now we got this match happening, this bloody match, I should say, happening at WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley, UK champion. NXT Women's Champion, Raw Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion, knocked off Charlotte the Horsewoman, going against another Horsewoman, Becky Lynch, at WrestleMania. She's had altercations with Sasha Banks, as we know now, Mercedes Moné, the CEO, who's returned and pro wrestling, been, MJP champion, now officially a part of A&W as CEO Mercedes Moné in her hometown, giving that love and that respect for the WWE Universe to her. And with the addition of that, came out later, knocked some skulls around the show. Hey, I'm here for a fight, and I'm here for a fight now. Knocking bodies all over, an exclusive video with Renee Young. Now, what's next for Mercedes Moné? I mean, she did all that in one night. And then, did that interview with her, and then she was on another talk show, Uprising, that you can't watch pro wrestling. Like, I watch Raw, SmackDown, NXT, A&W, Impact, TNA, Lucha Underground. I watch it all. Talk about pro wrestling. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Mercedes Moné. See, I got her shorts here, the blueprint. You see, I got her boss necklace here. You see, I got her shirt, the boss, the blueprint, the conversation, the thin and out superstars up there, and I got the zombie and behind here, as you can see, the zombie and the Star Wars one of Mercedes Moné. It's kind of hard to see it, but you get the gimmick, her car and shirts, and supporting her. And over there, got the glasses from her NXT, her jacket, gold jacket that she wore when she was on Monday Night Raw, and now, and then her NXT, as you can see, that has her autograph on it. Never got to meet her or see her in person yet, but that is her autograph, though, hand signed. And then, as you know, my Mercedes Moné t-shirt and hat over there, as you can see. Bosses make bank. Bosses make bank. So, as you know, he is fan of Mercedes Moné on A&W. Talk about breaking out star Tiffany on SmackDown. And now Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship belt to that Raw on the contract side towards WrestleMania match. Then we gotta talk about A&W Mercedes Moné, because you just couldn't talk about big things happening on A&W without mentioning it. Now we got Rhea Ripley that I was addressing too. Rhea Bloody Ripley, mommy. She's been the leader of the Judgment Day Dominant Crew. She's been tag team champions as well. And now going to WrestleMania as a World Women's Champion. She's dominant in the ring, but a sweet person in the interviews. She backs up what she says. She just has that look like, try me, without even trying. Now, to me, I like the look. I wouldn't be one that's scared of the look. A lot of people, they'll look at her and they might start feeling some fear just because of it. Me, I'm obsessed with horror movies, and I love Halloween all year round. As you guys know, you've seen it a million times on that side over there with my Halloween stuff, that I'm obsessed with Halloween. I love Halloween movies. Halloween all year round for me. Love pranking and scaring the crap out of people, so I immediately like it. I got my black leather jacket over there, so I get the black going on with Rhea Ripley. I love tattoos. I don't have a tattoo. Probably never will get one. Maybe not. Don't know. But I love tattoos. And she's also beautiful on top of it. I see through her. the exclusive interviews and stuff, I can see that she's a good person. She's nice. Seen her work out and train. Like I said, I've seen her on the other brands. Her whole career, like as I said, taking it back to UK before even NXT and Raw and SmackDown and all that. So she's done it all that you can think of right now. When the Royal Rumble match as well, and now WrestleMania for World Champion. There's nothing that Rhea hasn't done except, I mean, she hasn't become Miss Money in the Bank yet. I guess that's one thing you can say, oh, well, she needs to do that. She's been extreme matches, she's been in tag team matches, she's done it all. Rhea Bloody Ripley, mommy is our world champion because she earned it. And people like me, who's a real fan of her, seen it through her whole career. She is a dominating champion. And without that champion's belt, she is a destructive woman. That she can be proud outside the ring, but in that ring, she will break your bones. And you're going to wish you hadn't been standing across the ring with her as her opponent. So, with that being said, my money was all on Rhea Ripley. But now she's going against Big Time Bex. And as you guys know, I like Big Time Bex too. Big fan of Big Time Bex as well. So now, I wanted this match to happen. I didn't think so much about it when I was talking about it they're both going to go to Elimination Chamber and they're both going to head out to WrestleMania. I didn't think about, oh yeah, now I got to choose which one. I kind of thought it'd be a win-win for me, whether Becky or Rhea win. Because, like I said, they're both in that category where it's like, oh, you can like both of them, but this one, they're both in the same category and same status. So as Rhea is dominant in that ring, Becky brings the fire in that ring. As Rhea is destructive in that ring, Becky brings the heart in that ring. And as Rhea, you can see she has respect for Becky and what she does in the ring. But obviously she's got to keep that gimmick up. Like, I'm still a dominating world champion, and that's not going to change. Rhea, and then you got Becky Lynch who's like, there's nothing to lose for me. There's only things to fight for, things I love and things I care about, like family and herself and what she needs to do and her goal. And we know when Becky's in that state of mind, nothing and no one can stop her. Becoming Big Time Bex at WrestleMania, knocking out Charlotte and Ronda Rousey, became Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion, became Becky 2 belts like she said she was going to do. Dominate Raw Women's Champion when she came back at SummerSlam after just having a baby. And remaining as such, as she said, she never lost it, which she didn't. SmackDown Women's Champion with a broken eye socket at Survivor Series after Nia Jax. Then she comes back to day one. She lost that match against Nia Jax, but dominated her for her family. And now steps up to Rhea Ripley, winning the Elimination Chamber, knocking off Liv Morgan, has some kind of problem with her just because of the situation. But she gave her that respect and let her know, it wasn't meant to be like that. It was no hard feelings. It just happened in that situation. But, if you take it back to the old Becky, she would have been madder than hell, too, if someone got involved in her match. At the state of mind she was at, like, oh, I keep getting shoved down, but I'm doing all these wonderful things. NXT Women's Champion, she's done it. Dominating one of the Horsewomen. Becky Lynch has it all. And now going to WrestleMania for the World Women's Championship belt. But until then, I also seen her on the Hot Wings. I like watching that. I like watching other WWE superstars, and it's also other celebrities on it. But usually, I've seen like Sasha Banks on there, Becky and Seth Rollins on there. I did watch the one with Billie Eilish on there, but I usually watch the WWE superstars on the Hot Wings. But I like hot challenges, and of course, as a WWE superstar, you like a challenge, any kind of challenge. But with her, the fire and desire was made for that. Bringing that fire in that hot ring is where she bring the fire in that ring. But until then, tonight, that's what I was talking about. The pressure was all on Rhea Ripley at Elimination Chamber. Rhea Ripley gets she reminded Becky, stop winding yourself up, and Becky reminded her, ain't nothing too big for Big Time Bex. Knocking off Liv, giving her that respect after that match. Nia continues to attack. Now Becky gets the opportunity to win a last man standing match against Nia tonight. As you know, Rhea is going to be watching for them to finally maybe tangle for WrestleMania. Because now, instead of a worn out Rhea who's going to have to bring everything she can, now it's going to be on Becky at WrestleMania. The pressure is going to be on her. She's going to have all these barrels that she's been through, feeling all that, but she's going to bring out that fight and that fight like she always does. She's going to dominate. She's going to make you realize you can't undermess me. You can't go by what happened in the last few weeks and think that that's going to be the thing that takes me down. Because she has everything to fight for and nothing that she's going to tend on losing. And when Becky has that, there's no stopping. There's no breaking through. There's no saying this or saying that. You're going to have to do it better than you can tell her. So it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big match, and I can't wait to watch Rhea and Becky. And for me, it's going to be a win-win whoever walks out World Women's Champion. So, kudos to that. We also had a World Champion Seth freaking Rollins on the high ones as well. Now, we see him. He's a fighting world champion because, you can laugh at his broken back. But with a broken back, he's been fighting all year round as World Heavyweight Champion. Continuously defending it on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, WWE Live with the broken back World Heavyweight Champion all year round. More than any of the other champions who is 100% has been defending their titles. So, you really can't laugh at him being a man. That's why he says, who's the man? And, you can talk about the knee and all that, but, he beat the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns 100%. Him who just came out for knee surgery for the championship at Money in the Bank. So, it didn't stop him before. It definitely won't stop him now. And now he's 100% in the ring. I've seen him, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso winning a 6-man tag team match this past weekend. Him and Cody building that friendship outside of their arrival as a tag team, showing us know how it feels that they really do got each other's back, stepping up to the bloodline. And now we got Seth and Cody to face Roman Reigns and The Rock in a tag team at WrestleMania, not letting the power getting over them as the challenge was called out and accepting that challenge face to face. We got that tag team going on. But my question is, after SmackDown, I also forgot to mention my Raw prediction, but I'm going to say it now. According to, The Rock singing a little concert for Cody and Seth, for him and Roman to pick up the tag team victory at WrestleMania, singing that out, how is Cody and Seth going to respond tonight on Raw to The Rock towards how they're going to win that tag team at WrestleMania? Before, of course, Drew and Seth for the World Championship belt and Cody and Roman for the Universal Championship belt. And we do have officially Jey Uso and Jimmy at WrestleMania, so he'll be taken care of. And we do have Intercontinental Champion Gunther and Sami Zayn confirmed, and we have LA Knight and AJ Styles confirmed for a singles action after his heinous attack at an Elimination Chamber. And Randy Orton will be versing Logan Paul for the United States Championship belt for happen at Elimination Chamber, including, I don't think it should be a triple threat with Kevin Owens because I felt like he already had his opportunity, but he's been on his going with Logan Paul because I feel like making it a triple threat that, Randy and Kevin Owens, you guys worked as a tag team to take out Logan Paul when he tried to turn you against each other and take out Theory and Grayson around an actual tag team singles action, but now you have to go against each other, and of course it's every man for themselves. You got to do something for you, but I feel like they're going to end up going against each other with Kevin and Randy, and then that's going to allow the open door for Logan Paul, and that's far from what either one of them wants to happen. So they're going to have to analyze together and not turn against each other. But, I feel like that's what Logan's going to do. So use that strategy and be like, only one of y'all can win. But, in my eyes, I'm like, Instead of him saying only one of y'all can win, making you fight each other so he can slither out as the United States champion using that mind game. Why don't you use your strategy, punk him out, have one of you guys win the United States championship belt, then you guys can go one-on-one for the title, and he'll be out of the picture. That's my theory on it. That's how I look at it. So that's how I see that you can kind of use it against him, and it can kind of backfire a little bit. But people are gonna think and say differently. But I mean that's my theory on that. And of course, you got LWO and Dragon Lee with the singles action. Rey Mysterio challenging Eskimo to a singles action match for attacking him, as Khalid been handling it, and the tag team and the singles and a whole bunch of chaos is going on. You were gonna have Rey Mysterio and Eskimo singles action as well as Bayley had Naomi helping her out, as I said, because we saw last week that Naomi wasn't really feeling the damn stroke over Bayley. She helped Bayley out in that tag team situation, get herself out of that, and misunderstand exactly what Bayley was trying to do. It wasn't to make this dominant team to take you down. There's a dominant team together as family, and of course they build the dragon to behead one of them. And now Naomi's there as a tag team partner helping her out. But you can see Bianca Belair's point of view because, they did punk her out. They cost her championship matches. They cost her matches in general. They attacked her multiple times to where people have, on her own before she even had help. So you can understand her frustrations and her point of view that's like, you know what? Karma's a bitch. It goes around, comes around. So I can see that, but I also can see Naomi being like, well, yeah, she may have done you wrong, but as a woman, 5-on-1 is still not really a superstar athlete or as a competitor. It really doesn't fit the boat being a woman. And Bianca's like, you know what? She got what she deserved. Now she gets to see what it feels like to be on the other side of the shoe that she was putting me on and laughing in my face, like at the Royal Rumble. She screwed her out of the Royal Rumble and laughed in her face. So why should she feel any type of sympathy for you now? I'd be laughing too, like that's what you get. Karma's a bitch. I've seen Naomi and Bianca Belair put the bygones Bianca and work as a tag team though this past week. And my thing is, I wanted her and Naomi to go after the tag team titles for the Community Warriors at WrestleMania, while Bayley goes for the championship against Io Shirai. But I don't know if that's going to happen or be confirmed. I guess we'll have to find out. And also, Dakota Kai's going to play her part. Are you going to help the tag team or are you going to help the champion? That's where she makes her decision, like she did with Bayley. I choose damage control over you. So with that being said, that would cover everything over the past few weeks into this episode and podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening. Be sure to follow, subscribe on both Instagram and YouTube. You can subscribe and check out my Raw and SmackDown predictions and results, including subscribe and watching this podcast on my WWE Live, AEW, NXT, Raw, and SmackDown, and all of the above. You can also like the photos and videos and leave your comments sections as long as it's positive to also, ask questions or leave your opinion as long as they're positive and good and really getting in the mix of what we're talking about here. And you can also follow on Instagram to see things on highlights and updates on news stories and insight that I have updated recently. My account, so like I said, there's a Raw prediction video, there's this 3-week episode of podcast, there's Raw and SmackDown prediction and results over the last few weeks. So plenty of things to watch as you subscribe, plenty of things to like and enjoy as you're following, and plenty of news things that you can find out if you're asking a question or that you can ask the question and address what's going on and be involved in the conversation. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching, tuning in, and be sure to subscribe. Krazy K out. Peace.